Here's why you find connection hard. Are you the type of person who wants to have an emotional connection, but always ends up self sabotaging or just says something stupid to ruin the connection or create some sort of divide between people and between yourself and people? So you don't actually have a real lasting relationship for a long time. There's always separation and brokenness, or you like to be by yourself. Well, if that's the case, I'm about to tell you why, because I know this was a very big problem for me as well. This can lead to a lot of problems in your life, like conflict, sex addiction, just addiction in general, because you're trying to fill the void of connection, but you're actually creating the separation. So you're creating the separation, but deep down you desire the need for connection. So you'll substitute it with some sort of addiction, some sort of dopamine, sex, because you're actually looking for union, but you don't actually know how to connect because you're creating separation. And this all stems from childhood. So as a child, you need bonding. So if you're typically going to see it from your mother, you want it from your mother, you want that emotional connection. And if that connection is fragile and it's unsecure and it's safe and you can't rely on it, what you're actually doing is you want to connect with your mother, but she's not there, or any caregiver, and they're not there emotionally. So there's people around you, and you might actually be able to relate to this. So there's people around you, but you still feel alone. So there's people around you, but you were emotionally abandoned. So you had actually no connection. So what would happen is there'd be an there'd be a physical presence, but there's an emotional separation. So then that's what love is to you, and that's what you're comfortable with. So then you'll create an emotional separation in your life, and you won't actually bond with people. And a lot of times, that bonding and that connection is gonna there's gonna be a lot of guilt and shame around it. Like there's something wrong with you for even wanting to bond with someone, and you're doing something wrong by trying to bond with someone. And there's a lot of self criticism. You're like, something's wrong with me. Why do I need love? Why do I need this? I wish I wasn't like this. And that just adds to the separation that you're creating in your life. At the end of the day, you're always connected to the people around you. You're not separate from the community. Like you might look at the world and say like there's people, but I'm not with it. It's like this feeling of almost like an outcast, or you're not like one with people. You're just like something different. And so all these things combined makes you feel like you're separate and unconnected, which, like I said, leads to those problems that you're having before. So you actually have to dissolve that underlying mechanism and underlying program, realize that you're not actually separate from everybody and that you are part of the community. You're connected to them, but also you're connected to God mainly as well. So then so I never really understood what these like monks were talking about, like separation is an illusion, but it's true. You're not separate from anything else. You're part of the ecosystem. You're part of the community, and you couldn't really live without the community, even if you dilute yourself into thinking you're separate, because you have an unconscious need and an unconscious addiction to separation, because that's what love was as a child. It was I'm here physically. In a lot of cases, a lot of people weren't there physically, but it's like I'm here physically, but emotionally I'm empty, I'm lost. There's nobody there. I'm alone, I'm by myself. And like I said again, that leads to the problems that I mentioned before. So hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, leave a like and follow for more content like this.